So what is the next question you got?
How to cure childhood trauma through vector psychology?
Okay, so, well, to cure that's what I'm trying to create, the training. Once it's gonna be about 3 months training. Again, there is offenses. You keep your offenses through your childhood because you've been offended and you feel those negative emotions to your parents. You need to get rid of those. Then fears, you need to get rid of those. Then you need to also, very important about vector psychology, you need to kind of recognize your problems. That's one of the most important things too, because Freud, psychoanalysis that he used to do, it was the same way. He needs to bring from your subconscious to your conscious. You need to understand the problem. And then your own energy will start also help you, because your own energy can heal you, right? If you have some issues, you can heal it with your own energy, even your physical problems. When person have physical problems, he can heal it with its own energy also, but it's deep topic. Sometimes people have some issues, they don't need doctor. Now, all these offenses, all these negative emotions that you experienced in the past, you have to work with those, and fears, and little by little. But again, one of the first steps that a person needs to do, as I said, volunteering. You must volunteer. Hospital with children, something, couple hours. If you cannot find nothing, I don't know, learn vector psychology and start helping kids on Skype or something. Understand? But you have to do that. Yeah. Now, another thing is, little by little, you have to kind of realize all your issues before you start working on them. Sometimes person doesn't know, like right now we talked, some people have masochistic tendencies, some people have sadistic tendency in anal vector. Usually can happen in anal vector, also masochistic, but it's more toward dermal. They might have. Now, if they don't find the way to do certain things, they're not gonna feel good. It's gonna give them a lot of discomfort, you can say. But you have to realize that. You have to understand, and again, get rid of offenses and fears. That's the most important thing. When a doctor or somebody prescribe you pills, you're not gonna get rid of your offense or fears. You just to suppress your current situation in 10-20 minutes, or you do breathing, the meditation. It's just current situation you're trying, but you have to work with the roots, with the core, you understand? Get rid of those. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna create this training so people can take advantage of it, and I'll teach. I teach basically. I used to train, but I don't do like one-on-one at the moment, because I think it's gonna be more expensive than any psychologist. If you take 10 of them together, maybe it's gonna be. I mean, it's not. I'm gonna get groups. That's what I'm trying to do. To have a group, and then I'll start training, and then we'll do it online, because I want to do. You understand? But it's gonna take. This process will take some time. You cannot get rid of issue right away. Sometimes it might take some work, but you have to understand. You have to realize what is really. Also, in women, emotions, it's their inner energy. When it's kind of disbalanced, the emotions will drive them crazy. In men, it becomes toward aggression, and they can also be destructive, but in physical world. And women in more in kind of inner world, you understand, like, and everything around them, but inner energy. That's females' strong energy. Men, when they have issues or abused, anal vector especially, they can start harm other people, and that's even worse. They can do really bad things. He goes, you see a tree, he wants to chop it down. You see somebody wants to hit him. They really have this, all this aggression, suppressed emotions. So also sexual energy, it's one of the most powerful energy in humans, in people or in living. That's why that's how we control basically people, church, government, through sexual, that taboo. You cannot talk about that, you cannot watch this, you cannot do this, you cannot. So the more it's taboo on this energy, the easier it will be to control person. But if he has, that's one of the main fears also. They scare in the childhood, mama caught her, whatever, daughter masturbating or a son. They punish him, they told him don't do that. They kind of trying to suppress all his sexual energy. And people, this energy, it's actually drive your life. That's what your most important energy that drives you for everything. Man doesn't want to do nothing because he doesn't have this. When he procrastinates, sit on the couch, lazy, doesn't want to do, he doesn't have this sexual force actually drives him. But because of suppressed aggression, emotions, his libido is also gets bad, you can say, and goes lower. For example, when a woman in control, she gets testosterone. When whoever's in control, that's the person who gets testosterone, you know, right? If a man always suppressed by his wife, is kind of he gets led by his wife. He's the follower, and the wife leading him. So his testosterone is lower. He becomes. He needs testosterone. So all these issues that he's gonna have, it's because his testosterone gets lower, and she becomes more aggressive. Some women starts to have, I don't know, more hair on their legs and on the body, because control, because that power that they try to hold to this control, because of all these masculine things they start to do, like for example business. It's not really feminine energy there. You can do as a woman, but you still most things in business needs male's energy. So when you do too much of that too, it also can lead to a lot of stress in women. In men too, but it's different. That's their nature, go through stress, because testosterone has to, in order to get it, you have to go through stress. You can't just sit down on the couch, start getting testosterone. Once I sit here or lay in the bed, my testosterone goes lower. Action triggers testosterone in the man, you understand? And in female, it's different. So basically, the more she's in power, the less he's gonna have, the more she will have this balance, and it leads to all the problems. And lack of testosterone, man becomes sick, everything becomes sick, his organs, his body, everything, you know, right? And on the other side, female also she gets sick because it's not her nature to do all that. So she's going through problems as well. So they're both going through these conflicts and until they separating. But it's a lot of work. Like men, they need to work even 3 times more than women. But it's a lot of work. Getting rid of your fears, offenses. Always you need to feel your body. And the sexual energy, they get suppressed. They hear about sex, they already about to lose their consciousness. You know, people hear about, see something, and they already get don't feel well. Some people, there's so much suppressed, but that's your life energy. You understand? That's what leads your life. This energy. So when you close, then especially women that can look naturally, in order to get your body and hormone balanced, they need to go through orgasm. And a lot of women, they cannot. Why? Because man doesn't know how to do that in a woman. Because men, they more focus on themselves. They don't know what they need to do with the woman, how she can experience it. They don't know that she can have like 5 or 10 different kind ones. They don't know how to, she can get it. They don't know nothing. Look, now problems, look, you see me? One of the biggest problems, men, they know how to play football, soccer, and how to fix the cars. But they have no idea about females' energy, sexuality, and their own energy and sexuality. They have no idea. Well, the problem is we don't study that. They don't have nowhere to study. Mama, whatever mama told you, she learned from her mother. But we're already not there. We're not World War II right now. And she learned from her mother. So who teaching you? Your grandma teaching you. But what she knows, whatever she can teach you. So it's not enough. The same thing men who teach them. His father, son, be like your father. Know how to fix your car with one hand. You understand? But he has no idea about female sexuality and how she can get orgasm, how to do that, and what he has to do, and how it's done. I have no idea. Even females, they don't know about their own sexuality, their own sexuality. They have not every woman even knows. You understand? So all this leads to all these problems that we're talking, anxieties, the panic attacks, and all this stuff. So those fears, the lack of knowledge, and you need to work with that because, look, in order to balance hormone state of the woman, if she doesn't go through orgasm, when she goes, her hormones gets refreshed, renewed, gets new, better state. If she doesn't experience it, how? You understand? She has to go through some. Man is easier. He can do that, no problem. But I mean, nobody teaches us sexual life. We have no idea. That's where we only hear don't do and don't talk and don't walk, and it's completely taboo. And that's one of the most important things for also survival, not just to reproduction, but for survival, because it's for your body, your state, you understand, right? You know what I mean? So if you have no idea, when you come to doctor or psychologist, he cannot even talk about that. If you go to psychiatrist, he cannot even talk to you about that because they're gonna lose their license. You understand? That's the problem. And if he's not gonna talk about, and another thing is psychologists or psychiatrists, when you come to him, most of the time, probably all the time, they have more fears than you, than their patient. So how, if he cannot get rid of his fears, how is going to help you to get rid of yours? You understand? He has his own issues, those fears, insecurities, and he's trying to help you. So I don't see any how. I don't understand how he's gonna do that. You understand? It's kind of so all this stuff is important. Otherwise, nothing will help. You can do drugs, you can do whatever, meditation, but it's not gonna